forms of terror are fresher, the more intense the fear, the more the emotions die. Terror in its truest sense is not a static state, but a dynamic. It is the moment when hope turns to despair. It's anime, can you feel the vibe? That'll make you feel like you want to jump and jive. Afrox coming to you live. This is Anime Legends Season 5. Steal your heart and we'll keep you alive. Tell me, can you hear that Akudama drive? It's anime and we're here to describe. You just have to like, comment, and subscribe. Look on any other channel, access denied. I cannot give up, but you know I tried. But as soon as all the emotions die, reborn from the fire deep down inside. So come with me and enjoy the ride. The entertainer's here to keep you satisfied. Afrox coming to you live. This is Anime Legends Season 5. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 15th episode of the 5th season of Anime Legends. Yes, indeed. It is weird to say, but we are only 5 episodes away from the end of Anime Legends, as this is the final season. As I believe I've told a couple of people in other streams, once this season of Anime Legends is over, we will be doing Powers Season 2. And after that, we will see what is going on with the channel and whether we should continue doing live streams if people are liking them, and stuff like that. We have Trixie Anime Hater in here, who says, You right back to you, Trix. Very nice to have you here. So, as you could probably see from the thumbnail and the title, today we are going to be talking about stands from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Honestly, I really wanted to have a night where my brother-in-law Jojo came on to talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but he's just so busy with he runs a photography business. I don't know if you have heard of them. It's called Jojo's Photos and Studio, and they're based in Isani. And my brother-in-law is the #1 photographer in Minnesota. He actually won an award. So yeah. You're officially a JoJo fan. Yeah, I'm a super JoJo fan, man. I got through Stardust Crusaders. I watched Diamond is Unbreakable in probably 2 weeks. All 39 episodes of Diamond is Unbreakable in about 2 weeks flat. It was a nice trip to Morio. Right now, I think the next episode I have to watch is the 4th episode of Golden Wind. So yeah, I'm really excited to keep watching it. But yeah, first off, I'm just gonna say all the stuff that needs to be said at the beginning, just so we can keep the lights on in here, keep everything rolling. So, definitely make sure to check out the Patreon. We do have a Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/Afro. And you'll find a page that says Afrox is creating anime-based content, and I certainly am. You will be able to donate to the channel in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month, and you'll get different rewards at each level. $5 a month, you will get your name shown at the end of each edited video. That is except for AMVs. At $10, you will get your name shown and announced at the end of every edited video. At the $30 month level, you'll get all the rewards of the previous levels, plus you will get a handwritten thank you note from me. And at the $30 month level, your name is shown in fancy lettering, and your name is announced in fully edited audio, just like Trix is here. At the $50 month level, you get all the previous rewards, plus you will get a AfroX one-of-a-kind t-shirt that has the AfroX logo on the front and the AfroX slogan on the back, which is Stay Legendary. At the $100 month level, you will get all the previous rewards, plus you will be invited to join in on every live stream that I do, and on every live stream that you're on, you will be given 5 full minutes to plug your own content. So yeah, that is what I am offering. Trix right now, he's one of my best patrons. And so that's why, like, when you see the end card, like, his name, it just booms, Trix the anime hater. And that's because he donates a lot to me, and I appreciate that. If you want to find me on social media, we have a Facebook page, an AfroX Facebook page. I'm not on there a lot. I'm more talking to the people in the chat for the AfroX official fan club, which you can get into. Excuse me. You can get into by joining the official AfroX fan club on Facebook. That is a group. If you want to find me on X, I am at the real AfroX. If you want to find me on Twitter, you can't find me on Twitter. Twitter doesn't exist anymore. But if you want to find me on Instagram, I am at the legendary Afro _X. AfroX channel doesn't have a Snapchat. Oh, and if you want to find me on TikTok, I am AfroX _YT. If you want to find me on Twitch, I am at TerrorTime666. And if you want to see my gaming stuff on YouTube, or find me on PSN, I am Afro _the _sniper, and I will prove it to you because I've been addicted to Black Ops 6 for the past 3 weeks, and I cannot get unaddicted. I literally in a little over a week I hit max rank, so I can prestige. And in less than a week, I got the first sniper rifle in the game to gold. So there is that. If you just want to email me, you can email me at the legendary afro of doom @gmail.com. All these links are in the descriptions of all my edited videos. So make sure to check that out. If you want to join the Discord is called the Afro Nation. That link is also in the description of my edited videos. I believe that is all of the rigmarole. I do have some exciting news. Next Monday on November 18th, the AfroX channel will have been on YouTube for 10 years. So yes, I will be reaching 10 years on this platform, which I think is really cool, and I'm really happy. And I was saying that I was thinking about, like, stepping back, stuff like that. I don't know if that's really going to be the case, or if I'll have to figure out something else. Just because ever since I said that, like, the channel has really started to flourish. Back when I said that, we were at about 482 subscribers, I want to say. And now we have really boomed. We're currently at 524 subscribers. So I really feel like the channel is just gaining momentum, and I'm really hesitant to step back when it's gaining momentum. I really feel like I really feel like I need to feed into that momentum, and something really special is going to happen. Fingers crossed for 1,000 subscribers, dude. If I just woke up one morning, and fingers crossed, but you have to do 2 of them, because if you have one of them, it becomes Gojo's Infinite Void, and then you're just screwed. A lot of people die. So, um, that was a Jujutsu Kaisen joke. That was a deep cut Jujutsu Kaisen joke. For all you fans out there. All right. So, getting into stands. Probably the first question you are gonna ask me is, what is a stand? A stand, in the simplest terms, is um an ability that some special people um that have it in their DNA or their lineage to, to produce them. It is a manifestation of their soul, and really it shows their true selves and what they are all about. Um, and so, pretty much, so just to be clear, the reason that they are called stands is because they stand by you no matter what happens. They will always be there. Uh, Even if you are like, even if you're unaware of a danger or you are unprepared for something that's about to happen, they will it is their natural state to be protective of you and to defend you. If you don't notice that a sniper is shooting a bullet at you, your stand is naturally inclined to notice that and stop the bullet before it hits you. um so there is that. Now, there are certain rules to stands, and probably the most important rule about stands that is followed throughout all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, or at least up to Golden Wind, which is what I've seen, is that if you injure a stand, or stands can only be injured using other stands. That is probably rule number one. Subsection of rule number one is, if a stand is injured, its injury will correlate to its stand master, or stand user. Meaning, if Polnareff's stand Silver Chariot cuts the leg of Star Platinum, just for an example, that cut is also felt by Jotaro Kujo. Um, Vice versa, if Star Platinum punches Silver Chariot in the face, that punch is also felt by Jean-Pierre Polnareff. Um, so that is pretty much the basic rules of stands. Rule number two of stands is that um, some stands are different types. There is what is called short range stands. Short range stands can usually only attack or operate within about 1 to 2 meters. And so, if a stand user who has a short range stand is out of that field, they can't really do anything in the situation. But short range stands are also known to be much, much stronger and much, much faster, typically having the capability to punch at faster than the speed of light. And also, as in the case of Jojo, it's actually funny that part 4 was called Diamond is Unbreakable, because in part 3, Jotaro breaks a stand's teeth, and the stand was giant. It had just eaten them. And he breaks the stand's teeth, and that stand's teeth are noted to be harder than diamonds. So, Diamond is Unbreakable, not for Star Platinum. Excuse me. So, yes, the immense strength, immense speed,
not a lot of range. Then there is the other type of stands, which are I'd say medium. Well, there's medium stands and there's long range stands. Medium range stands can probably go 3 to 5 meters out from their user. Um, an example of a medium range stand would be um, sometimes called reverb, sometimes called echoes. Act 3. Um, it is the third evolution of Koichi Hirosei's stand, and within 5 meters, its abilities work. Meaning, if an enemy goes outside of that 5 meters, or Koichi moves at least 5 meters away, his abilities stop. Just for a little knowledge about Echoes Part 3, or Echoes Act 3. Echoes Act 3's main ability is called 3 Freeze, where he does that rhyme scheme, 3 Freeze, and then he can cause the target to pretty much feel immense gravity. I'd estimate probably about 10 times Earth's gravity, which is really, really cool. Now, that is an example of a mid-range stand. Then there are long-range stands. And long-range stands, the user can pretty much be anywhere they want, but and their stand can still operate anywhere they want. Probably the best example of this is in one of the first episodes of the Egypt arc in Stardust Crusaders. He's called Ndul. Ndul's stand. I don't remember what the name of his stand is, but his stand's name is Geb. That's right, because he has the Egyptian god Geb. So Indul uses Geb, and Indul is blind, and so he uses Geb to pretty much do echolocation through the ground, and if anyone moves, he knows where they are and can attack using Geb, because Geb is a sentient drop of water that can spear through things by going extremely fast. And it's a long range stand, and most of the time with long range stands, the stand itself is unbeatable. It has a power that just simply cannot be beat, and so the heroes typically have to find a way to find the stand user and kill the stand user. So yeah. Those are short range stands, mid range stands, and long range stands. There's also one other type of stand, which I would classify as an automated stand. The best example of this would be the sheer heart attack, and this was more an ability of Yoshikage Kira's Killer Queen. So Yoshikage Kira has the stand called Killer Queen, and he can send out Killer Queen can send out a remote bomb that is called Sheer Heart Attack, and pretty much what it does is it reacts to heat. It reacts to the hottest thing in the general vicinity, which is typically body heat, and it goes to the thing with the hottest temperature and it explodes it. And it is also able to recognize when it explodes human flesh and when it does not. So that is very important. That's an automated stand. Yoshikage Kira pretty much walked away halfway across Morio and didn't even have to think about Sheer Heart Attack, because Sheer Heart Attack will continue hunting down its target until it kills it. Then another automated stand is Popo's stand, which I don't remember the name of Popo's stand um, in Golden Wind, but it is an automated stand where if once you relight Popo's lighter, anyone who saw the lighter get relit is targeted. There is automatically targeted by the stand, and whenever they step into shadow, it can sense them and grab them, and it will drag out their soul and attempt to pierce the soul with the bow and arrow to create another stand user. And I will get into that in just a bit. But it is weak to sunlight. But as Giorno was saying in that part, since Popo's stand is an automated stand, it's likely that Popo doesn't even realize what is that a fight is even happening at the moment. And he just lets his stand roam free and attack anyone who sees the lighter be relit, so he can automatically keep creating new stand users to add into his mafia family. So yeah, those are some examples of automated stands. Now I'm going to get into how stands are created. So it's kind of iffy on the actual creation of stands, because before stands in Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency, seasons 1 and 2 or parts 1 and 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the Joestars fought using Hamon, and Hamon was literally the power of the sun that was that could be trained, and it could be kind of like chi flowed through the body, and this defeated vampires because, of course, vampires don't like the sun. So they used Hamon. Now you get to part 3, and all of a sudden, there's stands, and it's never really explained how they came about, but apparently at first they were thought to just be only in the Joestar family, and anyone who was like, pretty much anyone who had the blood of Joseph Joestar as their original ancestor. Those are the only ones who could create, who could not create, who could naturally manifest stands. So that would be that would be Joseph Joestar, because technically Joseph Joestar stand is the world, and Dio only has it because he stole or not Joseph Joestar, Jonathan Joestar stand is the world because Dio stole Jonathan Joestar's body and put his head on it. And that's why Dio has the world. And then Joseph Joestar, Jotaro Kujo, Josuke Higashikata, which, in an interesting twist, Josuke Higashikata is an illegitimate child of Joseph's and is actually Jotaro Kujo's uncle, which is weird that his uncle is technically older, or is technically younger than he is. And then Giorno Giovanna also has a stand, and that is because he is the product of Dio, who, as I said, had Jonathan Joestar's body. And so really, technically, Giorno Giovanna is a full-blooded Joestar, if we really think about it. But yeah, those were the people who were able to naturally, manifest stands. Now, there is an ancient bow and arrow that is also another way to manifest a stand. If someone is hit, if someone is shot with this bow and arrow, one of two things happen: either A, they die, or B, if they don't die, they will immediately manifest their soul in the form of a stand in some way, shape, or form. A lot of stand users were created in Morio, and a lot of stand users were created in Napoli. Okay. I want to touch on one more point, and this is probably the main point that I wanted to touch on today. I'm so excited that we have 3 viewers in here. This is amazing. If you're watching, Trix, I know you're already talking in the comments, but if you're watching, make yourself known in the comments. I will read everybody's comments. And if you want me to do impressions at the end, let me know. But the point I wanted to touch on was that there are some stands that are extremely interesting. And pretty much also Jojo's mother, because she, even though she's a woman, she also got a stand, but her body was too weak to handle it. But yes, so both the World and Star Platinum are kind of the start of the interesting abilities and stands line. Both the World and Star Platinum are able to stop time. And at the when Dio was full power and had ingested Joseph Joestar's blood, at the most he was able to stop time for 9 to 11 seconds. At the end of Diamond is Unbreakable, Jojo was able to stop time for, I believe, 5 seconds. And if I'm not mistaken, stopping time for that long does take a toll on your body. So those are interesting powers. But then Josuke comes along, and Josuke's ability is very interesting because there's no real way to describe perfectly how Josuke's ability works. Pretty much whatever Crazy Diamond hits with his fist will be reversed back to its original state. So by hitting something, he can break it apart and immediately put it back together, which does include people. He usually uses it to heal people. He can't use it to heal himself, but he's used it. There was a stand inside his mother's stomach, and he used Crazy Diamond to punch a hole through her stomach and immediately reverse the damage, which is interesting. And I don't get how Josuke's ability works technically, because sometimes it's shown that if something is broken, he can hit it or touch it and it reverses back to when it wasn't broken. If there is a piece of someone that is severed off, he can hit that piece and the entire body will come back to it. But he has also been shown to be able to grow a second person from a dismembered limb. He's been shown to be able to put back together an entire human body. So Josuke's stand, I can't tell, but also his stand has the ability to change things shape to his will. So Josuke's stand really has 2 abilities. One, it can do alchemy. It can 100% do alchemy, but it can also reverse time, which I don't get. So I think what's interesting is the world can stop time, Josuke can reverse time, and Father Pucci can fast forward time. which is interesting. Father Pucci is the villain from Part 6, which I haven't seen yet. Now, probably the most interesting ability is Giorno Giovanna's. Giorno Giovanna is able to put life into anything that he hits with Golden Wind. And so pretty much say there's a rock on the ground. Giorno can have Golden Wind hit that rock, and that rock will turn into a fly. And if anyone hits that rock, it's the damage that they do to that rock will be done onto them. Also, when Giorno hits like something that belongs to someone, like when he hits Narancia's shoe, and turns it into a fly, that fly or whatever living creature turns into will have a natural inclination to return back to its owner. So that's an interesting part of it. But probably the most interesting part of it is when Giorno hits a living person or a living thing with Golden Wind, they are imbued with so much life force that their soul comes out of their body, and they are able to look at themselves in the fight, which is usually when Golden Wind lets loose and hits them with a flurry of blows, which is typical in a Jojo thing. So it's interesting because the best way I can describe it is when Giorno Giovanna hits you, he gives you a wicked hard dose of acid. He puts you on an immediate acid trip. And pretty much there's nothing you can do. It expands your mind and your senses to an nth degree, an unimaginable degree. So I mean that's just interesting. So stands are just super interesting. Covered today, what are stands, different types of stands, stand powers, who has them, stuff like that. That is pretty much all we got. Let's check out the chat. Trick says the stand damage will apply on the user as well. Yes, indeed. The stands fall in close, medium, and long range, and automated. I miss Hamon. Honestly, I preferred it to stands, but stands allowed for almost infinite types. That is true. I also miss Hamon, and I really hope it could come back in at some point. I did like that at the end of Stardust Crusaders. I think Joseph used Hamon and like infused Hamon into Dio's body at one point, but Dio stopped time to stop it. Josuke's stand repair to original, which counts as healing, though it can't revive it. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Josuke's stand also cannot revive things that are dead. Things that are fully dead stay dead. In the words of a certain blue being, you wouldn't want to raise the dead. It's not a pretty sight. And finally, Golden Experience is tricky to fight. Yes. So it's interesting because in the subtitles for Golden Wind, he calls his stand Golden Wind, but I always thought that his stand was called Gold Experience. And when his stand is hit by the arrow, it becomes Gold Experience Requiem. So that is interesting. But yeah. Nice Aladdin reference. Thank you. I'm glad somebody actually understood that. That's a very niche reference because it's only one line from a movie from 1992. Can you believe that? I'm only 1 year younger than the movie Aladdin. That's crazy. Than the original movie Aladdin. Today I found out something crazy. I'm only 14 years younger than Sesame Street. So that was a little humbling to know that Sesame Street had only been on TV for 14 years when I was born. Yeah. But yeah, that is all for today. Next week, so pretty much what I'm planning is there probably won't be an edited video on Friday. But the next edited video will come out on Tuesday. Well, no, the next edited video will come out on Monday because I want it to come out on the actual anniversary. Next Tuesday, we're gonna have a live stream, but it won't be Anime Legends. Next Tuesday's live stream will be the 10-year extravaganza. We're going to talk about like all the stuff the channel's been through. Might even look back on a couple videos, stuff like that. But it's going to be a real good time. So I'd love to have people there. And yeah, I am very pumped. All right. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to ora, 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 ora.